Hello, my name is James Hooke and I'm the headmaster here at the Herodian school. I'm filming the introduction to this presentation in the school cafe, and I've got some sixth formers around me studying hard this morning. Now, I've been here since 1995. I joined the school then. The school opened in 1993, and I was appointed head teacher in 1999. And indeed, both of my children went to Herodian as well. Isabella and Louis, they're both now 25 and 27 and safely in the world of work. Now, the presentation you're going to look at now is a series of slides which is designed to enlighten you and answer some of your questions, whether parents or prospective pupils, about lots of aspects of the school. And it's designed also just to sort of knit round your visits to the school, whether you're going to be coming on a 11 plus open morning that we're hosting or a special 11 plus tour later on this term. So the first slide is really designed to introduce the structure of the school. We have a pre-prep, 2 classes per year group from reception all the way to year 3, and then we have 3 classes, year 4, 5 and 6. And the first slide will introduce about how we then go on from year 6 into year 7. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you very much. So the first slide I'd like to show you really explains a little bit about the structure of the school. Now, we have a school here which goes from 4 all the way through to 18. We have 2 classes in our pre-prep in reception, year 1, year 2, year 3, and then 3 classes in our year 4, 5 and 6. So what we do each year is we invite more children to come and join us in year 7. We break up those 3 classes in year 6, and we mix the new children in with the existing Herodians as well. So there'll be 4 or possibly even 5 classes for children to move on into in our year 7. Each class will have a form teacher, and I shall be explaining about the pastoral structure in a short while. But we are also fully co-ed, so there's a nice mix of boys and girls within those years. I think one of the most important things for boys and girls to understand about joining Herodian is that our current year 6 boys and girls, of course, are very, very excited about the new boys and girls who will be joining the school at this time as well. So, and also we've got a head of year, which I'll come to the pastoral structure in terms of the teachers in a second, but in that slide there in the middle you can see Mr. Davies, who is going to be the head of year 7 next year. Amazing man, amazing energy, fantastic at integrating new children into the school as well. The dress code, you can just see what the boys and girls are wearing there. Essentially, we like you to look smart, but not necessarily uniform, so smart polishable shoes, shorts, smart trousers, and most importantly, some sort of shirt or blouse with a collar, a smart cardigan, one of our Herodian hoodies as well. So again, you'll get used to the whole dress code as you spend more time with us at Herodian. So in this slide you can see 3 of the most important people in what we call the upper prep. Now the upper prep is our year 7 and year 8. I've got both heads of years there. You've got Mr. Davies on the right hand side and Miss Sewell, who is head of year 8 on the left hand side. And in the centre is Mr. Peter Hardy, and he's been with the school for over 20 years, and he is the pastoral leader for our year 7 and year 8. Now, the pastoral side of the school, boys and girls, is absolutely fantastic. We look after you brilliantly. Our form teachers are exceptional. They're very tuned in to your needs as young people, and we look after you brilliantly from the very first day you are at Herodian. So that's something I'm very confident is going to be fantastic for you, and they're looking forward to meeting you if you do join us. So I'm recording this presentation at the beginning of the 2nd week of the new academic year, so it's right at the beginning of September, and I just want to talk a little bit about how you get to Herodian. Now, Herodian is actually very easy to access as a school. As a former geography teacher, of course, it fascinates me how children get to school every day. Now, your options are plentiful. If you live close by, you can walk, you can cycle, you can scooter. If you want to access the school via public transport, then you can catch the tube to Hammersmith, walk over the bridge and catch one of our minibus shuttles, which run in the morning and the afternoon into school. We also have the opportunity for you to catch one of our school coaches, which run, we have 2 different routes which we can inform you about if you're interested in that. Or you can access the school by car and have a drop-off zone here for children of certain ages. So really it's very, very easy to get to, and don't let the fact that the bridge is closed to cars put you off at all, because once you get here, it's well worth it. This next slide is designed to explain to you a little bit about what a Herodian day is like if you join Year 7. I think the word to describe it for me is busy and active and lots of fun. Essentially, as a Year 7 pupil, you would have 3 lessons in the morning, 3 lessons in the afternoon, with a nice long lunch break wedged in the middle of those 2 sessions. But let's start at the beginning. So the school opens at 8 o'clock in the morning, although sometimes I've been here at 7:45. We've had swimming clubs, cross-country clubs that happen first thing in the morning, even before the 8 o'clock opening. If you come at 8 o'clock, you come to your form teacher, and that time in the morning between the form time at 8:35 up until 9 o'clock can be a combination of form time, could be house time, could be year assemblies, could be the big prep assembly with me in our big theatre as well. And our first lessons start at 9 o'clock. Also in the morning we might have some sports clubs, so it's not uncommon for me to come in and see netball training, hockey training, football, rugby. There's lots going on first thing in the morning. We have a little mini break after the second lesson of the day, and then we go into lunch. Now lunch, boys and girls, is really important to us. You can see there on the slide we have Joseph, who is our head chef. He creates amazing food for us to eat all together in the dining room. And lunch can be 15-20 minutes sitting with your friends, and then in the second part of lunch, then we have all sorts of really amazing lunchtime clubs and activities for you to enjoy. Some could be based around sport, others around our performing arts programme. There in the slide you can see our knitters in our knitting club, lots of creative clubs for you to enjoy, and we urge you to take part into 2, 3 or 4 lunchtime clubs per week. The afternoon lessons go on until about 4 o'clock, and we gather you back into your film rooms for a quick 10-minute check-up before we release you at the end of the day. But of course, a lot of children do stay on at the end of the day because there's so much happening after school. It could be that you are part of a sports squad with a match against another school. It could be you're rehearsing or auditioning for one of our plays or performances. So there's lots going on, and it's fantastic. The boys and girls are kept busy throughout the day as well. Our break times are on the big field outside, which again you'll probably see as you come for one of our 11 plus open days, one of our tours. Plenty of room for you to get rid of all that energy outside on our grass. So boys and girls, this slide is really for you. What's it going to be like if you were to be joining Herodian into Year 7? Now, we do many things brilliantly at Herodian, but one of the things I think is really exceptional is the way that we look after our new boys and girls when they join us in Year 7. If you were to accept a place, then we would invite you to our July Induction Day, which is designed to welcome all of our new boys and girls joining the following year in September. And we have all of our existing Year 6 children to welcome you there as well. We make a fantastic day of treasure hunts, activities, and a chance for you to get to know some of the other new boys and girls and also some of our existing established Herodians. Now, the reason we do that is we want you to go away at the end of the summer term for your summer holidays, knowing that you're going to be brilliantly looked after when you come back in September. Any anxiety, we want it to be right down, that you've been to the school, you've met plenty of people, and you're super confident that you're going to make a good start in September. Before we bring you back for the very first day of term, we bring you back for a nice quiet day, usually right at the beginning of September, when we will be showing you your form rooms, answering all your questions, answering the questions your parents might have as well, so you're all set for your very first day of the new academic year at Herodian. Beyond that, we always run a very early team building event for you, so that's another way of getting to know other boys and girls in the year group. Every year we try to run a coastal craft trip very early in September. It's normally a weekend away with all the other boys and girls from the year and your form teachers, your head of year, Mr. Davies, and indeed Mr. Hardy, and that usually runs over a weekend. It's absolutely brilliant fun. You go down to the south coast and enjoy some fantastic team building events down there as well. There's me playing cricket in the centre slide. That's our induction day this year, me getting to know some of our new boys and girls as well. And the slides on the right hand side show all the boys and girls together at last year's Coastal Craft weekend away. So lots to look forward to if you join Herodian, and I think by the end of week 2 or week 3 you're normally feeling very established, very happy to be here, you've made good friends and you're able to make fantastic progress both academically and socially from that point on. This next slide touches upon PSHE at Herodian. Like all schools, we very much focus on the academic curriculum, but we do recognise the need to deliver aspects of PSHE to children of all ages across the school. Now in Year 7, some of this will be delivered by form teachers, and some of it will be delivered by heads of year in year meetings, and we also bring in experts from across a whole variety of fields to talk to boys and girls as well. Now we also have mindfulness clubs at school, so you can take part of those at lunchtime. We have teachers who've been trained up in mindfulness and they're really enjoying delivering that to our pupils. We also have 2 counsellors who are available to pupils at school, who are available on a booking system should you wish to speak to someone outside of the teaching staff as well. So that last slide explained a little bit about the PSHE and about help you might get from a form teacher, from your head of year, or even someone external to the school, such as one of our counsellors. But we also run the most fantastic programme of mentoring within the school, using some of our older boys and girls from our Year 11 and from our sixth form. Now we train up our sixth form to be mentors to our younger children, and they will sometimes come down to the lower part of the school and assist children of all ages with any aspect of their education and help them and be fantastic role models to them. So as you go through the school from Year 7 onwards, you may think about how you apply to one of these positions and put yourself forward to give something back to the school through the mentoring programme of younger children. In fact, this really starts in earnest in our lower sixth, who put themselves forward to do buddy reading every Thursday morning to our Year 4, 5 and 6 children in the prep school. In terms of leadership possibilities, there are endless amounts. Some of them we do in school and some of them we do out of school. We support the Duke of Edinburgh programme in both in bronze, silver and gold, and that's the education they receive in school, but also the expeditions that they take part in out of school as well. I think perhaps the really fantastic thing that boys and girls like putting themselves forward to is our Prefect system. Now if you come for one of our tours on our open days, or perhaps one of our bespoke 11 plus tours, you may well meet one of our Year 11 prefects who will be your tour guide. They help and assist around the school in all sorts of ways. They're linked up to a class from reception all the way through until Year 7. And we also have our older prefects from our upper sixth who help. We have head boy, head girl, and have an executive team that again influence all the way across the whole school through things like charities, through things like admissions, through drama, through sport, and lots of ways to assist young children and indeed the teachers to get the very, very best out of the school day. And one of the things that the children do mention when they leave as upper sixth formers is how much they've developed as young people and how much they love the opportunity of giving something back to the school that has given them such fantastic education and a place to be over the years. So I very much hope that you'll see this as new Year 7 pupils, but also most importantly, in fact more importantly, as you'll want to be involved yourselves when the time comes in Year 11, Year 12 and in our upper sixth. So what about our GCSE A-level results and indeed the destinations that our sixth formers moved on to after they left the Herodian last academic year? Our GCSE and A-level results were absolutely brilliant. The boys and girls worked extremely hard to make sure they attained the very, very highest of their potential. And those pictures at the top, the one on the top left-hand side is a picture of some of our sixth formers who were here on results day last month in August. And on the right-hand side, we've got 3 girls who were part of the English GCSE and A-level classes as well. And they're holding up the leavers photograph that they took in June. And we've got there Coco, who's off to Oxford. We've got Poppy, one of our strongest artists, who's also going off to read a humanities degree. And we've got Sasha, who achieved 5 A stars in her A-levels. At the bottom there we've got our GCSE barbecue, which was in June, and they've got sporting the new GCSE Herodian leavers hoodies. And in terms of destinations this year, I think this is something which is I'm super proud of as a head teacher, in that we are very diverse and broad in terms of where we send children onto after they completed their sixth form at Herodian. This year, no exception, we had 5 or 6 children who have now already started in universities and colleges in the US and Canada. Europe is also a popular destination this year. 4 of our pupils went off to Amsterdam. The social sciences at the University of Amsterdam are extremely strong and very attractive to our pupils who wanted to follow that path. Those staying in the UK, pretty much all of our pupils ended up at their first choice university this year, 4 into Oxford and Cambridge, and many into the Russell Group universities as well. And of course, the other thing that I love to celebrate is the fact that the breadth of talent that we have means that we're also filling up a lot of the art schools with children going on to foundation courses in art schools for 1 year before then heading off to do a degree beyond that. So lots of breadth, lots of depth, and we work very hard to discuss with children what they'd like to be doing when they finish school, and we try to make their dreams happen. So now on to the world of sport and PE. I have to confess I am a bit of a sports mad head teacher, but I also of course enjoy the performing arts, which I'm going to talk about in a little while as well. But I think the children at Herodian get incredible opportunities to develop their sporting interests and indeed sporting talents. I can break it down into maybe 3 or 4 different areas. First of all, boys and girls, you've got the timetabled sports and PE lessons which appear on your timetable from Monday through until Friday. And lots of opportunity for you to be out there within the timetable. We actually also teach PE as a GCSE, and those of you who want to go beyond that can study sports science as an A-level. Now, secondly, if you want to put yourselves forward for one of our sports squads, now we rotate. The boys will start off doing football in the first term, and then rugby second term, cricket, swimming, tennis and athletics in the summer, and the girls will start off this term in the autumn netball, and then they switch into hockey, and then cricket, athletics, swimming and tennis in the summer term as well. So you may feel you want to put yourselves forward for one of our squads. I very much hope that is the case. And if you do that, there's plenty of extra training, first thing in the morning, after school, when we have the light, and of course lunchtimes, again a great chance for you to be involved in the squad training. So that's the option, that's the possibility number 2. Number 3, of course, if you get to the point where you are good enough to represent the Herodian in one of our A, B, C, sometimes even D teams during the week, or indeed on a Saturday morning, then there's lots of opportunity for you to get involved in that as well. I love nothing more than coming here on a Saturday morning and seeing incredible numbers of fixtures, matches against other schools, lots of children involved, lots of parents here. Bring your dog as well, as long as it's on a lead, and again you can have a fantastic time with the Herodian sport. We're very committed to excellence. We love competing at the high level, and we have lots of opportunities to get involved in our national competitions that we take part in as well. Now, the 4th chance to get involved with sports is not necessarily in Herodian, but sometimes we put together some amazing sports tours and trips. We've been all over the world with sports squads of different ages, and really too many to mention there, but we also run a fantastic ski racing program. But we've also been to Spain for netball. We've had football tours to Amsterdam, lots of different places that we visited. So again, the boys and girls get lots of pleasure out of that, and also lots of sort of feeling the responsibility of representing your school, not just here at Herodian but overseas as well. It's a real joy to see children getting involved in that as well. So if you do enjoy your sports, boys and girls, then this is the school for you, because there's lots of opportunity to get involved at any level, and we have the incredible space here, 27 acres of green fields for you to enjoy, and I really recommend you put yourself forward for things. So boys and girls and parents, you probably sense my sense of excitement about sports at Herodian, and they are really exceptional. I think only equalled really by our creative arts program that we have. Now, it's difficult for me to talk about it in just a few sentences, but we're very strong at our creative arts. I think West London is a very creative place. I think that we reflect the interests and hobbies that the children have outside of school, and we try to develop their interests in school. So again, plenty of drama, music and art is on the timetable, but I think our extracurricular clubs and opportunities that children have to become involved in creative arts is second to none. Just looking at those photos on this particular slide, on the left there we have a boy called Sean, who's just left us this year, a fantastic singer, a brilliant dancer, just starting at the Juilliard School in New York. We've got some on the top middle and the top right slide. We've got some of our artists being creative. We've got 3 amazing art rooms, and we also do lots of external speakers that we bring in to help broaden your view on art and help you become as creative as possible. In terms of showcasing our talents, we have a big art show each year which includes media, graphics, photography and indeed 3D creative art, which is now part of our timetable up to A-level as well. Then, of course, we also have things such as our music department and our drama and our dance departments put on fantastic shows over the course of the year as well. Some of these shows could be small, designed around 2 or 3 year groups in the school, but we also put on some gigantic productions which are so much fun and have children from all different year groups from the school. Often the big parts are given to our sixth formers, and the younger ones will then look up to these boys and girls and learn from their work ethic there as well. So in recent years, the bottom left slide, you can see we had the School of Rock, one of the first schools to put that on in the way that we did. And then on the right hand side, our big show from 2 years ago was the Addams Family. And this year, boys and girls, we're going to be putting on Legally Blonde as our big show, which is going to be this coming February. So by the time you join the school, if you want to put yourself forward for one of our productions, then you just have to come along to the audition, and then we will go on from there. Other big things that we have in terms of the music, we have fantastic concerts. We have our Harvest Festival concert coming up soon. We have our Autumn concert, and we also have our big carol concert held at the St Paul's Church in Hammersmith. So lots of opportunities to be involved, battle of bands that we have as well, and if you're into your dance, then we have an annual dance show capturing years from year 4 all the way through to sixth form as well. Hugely popular clubs, so sign up early for those if you do join us in September. But the message there, lots to be involved in, so please do get involved. So you've heard me talk about all the exciting opportunities that happen within the school day, within the school week, within the school term. But also, boys and girls, we have lots of opportunities for you to get involved in things out of school as well. Now, in terms of our trips, these could just be day trips up to London, perhaps a history trip, or it could be a day trip for geography, a field trip to nearby Juniper Hall in Dorking. We also run lots of things in the evening, so we may be tapping into the culture of London through attending recitals and concerts, plays. Our year 8 and 9 go to the Globe Theatre to watch some Shakespeare. But we also have some of our longer residential trips, which the boys and girls greatly enjoy as well. Now, you heard me talking about the year 7 team building trip to Coastal Craft. We also have a wonderful year 7 trip to Italy, which we've been running for 15 years as well. Year 8, they go off on a bushcraft experience at the end of their time in the upper prep when they're finishing year 8. Year 9, what a great year, they go to Berlin on the headmaster's trip there. Fantastic chance to appreciate the history and culture of Berlin. And also in year 9, pretty much the entire year group go at the end of the year to go canoeing up or down the Ardèche River. So plenty of opportunities exist to go on residential trips here in the UK or overseas. But also when it comes to the sixth form, plenty of opportunities again to be involved in trips. It could be part of the academic programme or extracurricular, such as the sixth form ski trip, which is very, very popular each year as well. On occasions we won't get the children to go out of school, but we'll bring an expert in to come and deliver speeches and talks on some sort of chosen area of expertise. And again, that's a great way to sort of broaden your knowledge either within the curriculum or outside of it as well. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about STEM, science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Plenty of this is delivered via the natural curriculum through those subjects, but also lots of opportunities for boys and girls of all ages to be involved in STEM. A little bit of history for us. At Herodian, we started our STEM really for our sixth formers, and we had something called CanSat, which was a chance for boys and girls to develop and to build a satellite in a soft drinks can and then launch it up into the air and find ways of it coming down to earth and being safely delivered back to ground with a parachute. Then we went on to our high altitude balloon project, where we launched a balloon many thousand meters up into the atmosphere, and we took some incredible photographs. You see the photograph there at the bottom. We took photographs of the earth from above, and you can actually see the curvature of the earth as well. And that was really led by our sixth formers. And it was so successful that we brought the programme right down now to year 4. So from year 4 and above, plenty of opportunities in terms of clubs and societies, activities to be involved in STEM. We have STEM prefects who are there to inspire boys and girls in that direction as well. So if you are into being creative in a scientific way, then please do get involved in that if you join us in September. So boys and girls, I very much hope that you've enjoyed listening to this presentation, and more importantly I do hope that you have a chance to come and visit us over the next few weeks, again through our 11 plus open mornings or indeed one of our small bespoke tours of the school. Now if you decide that you would like to sit for Herodian via the 11 plus, this next slide is designed just to sort of inform you as to what we do. So first of all, remember the 5th of November, because that is the latest date for you and your parents to register you as a candidate for 11 plus at Herodian this year. If you do register, the next thing we'll ask you to do is the 11 plus ISEB exam. You can either take that at your school or if that's not possible, we can host you here, and again we will send you details about that in due course. The next things that we do in the programme is we then invite children for interview, and those interviews are going to be in January, late January or early February, and ahead of those interviews we also ask for references and reports from your current school as well. And parents, if you're interested in finding out about the Herodian bursary, then please do email admissions and they will forward on more information about that. Now in terms of our own admissions process, we try to make it as humane as possible, and the interview is very, very important for us because we love to get to know the boys and girls, the candidates, and see if there's going to be a good fit between the child we see in front of us at the interview to what we know works well at Herodian. So I very much encourage you to be part of it, and very much hope to see you here either for one of our ISEB exam days or indeed for the interview days. So before finishing off, I thought it'd be nice to introduce our student leadership team. I've touched on this at an earlier slide, but in this slide there in the centre you can see our head boy and head girl Charlie and Amber, and on the left hand side you have Louis, who's in charge of our mentoring, and on the right hand side you have both Gabriel and Eloise, who are deputy head boy and deputy head girl. Louis and Amber were actually here all the way from reception, so they know the school from top to bottom. I think they're absolutely delighted they can give something back to the school in terms of their roles this academic year. If you come to one of our open mornings, then you may well meet the executive team here, and they'll be pleased to speak to you about their experiences at school. And if you just hear for one of our regular 11 plus tours, then we'll make a point of getting you to meet some of our sixth formers, and they can speak about their experiences both academically and extracurricular as well. But I know they're very proud of their school and they're very pleased to welcome visitors and very happy to explain about their own time, where they joined us at 4, at 8 or indeed at 11. So that is the end of the presentation, and I hope you found it helpful and hope it answered some of your questions about the school as well and gave you a flavour of Herodian. But obviously I do urge you to come and visit us, because you can then tap into the amazing energy that the school has on a daily basis. We're going to leave you now with a film that we've made with some of our current Year 7 pupils. These are boys and girls who've just joined the school, they're only in their second week, and it's designed to give you their impressions of what it's like starting at a new school, and indeed what it's like starting at Herodian and how we look after you. So thank you very much for watching, and I very much hope to see some of you around school soon.
My name's Freddie and I went to Parsons Green Prep School.
My name is Leela and I went to Ravenscourt Park Prep School.
My name is George and I went to the Red School.
My name is Mary and I went to Ravenscourt Park Prep School.
My name's Matthew and I went to Thomas's Fulham.
My name is Kiara and I went to Glendower.
My name is Naomi and I went to Ravenscourt Park Prep School.
My name is Nina and I went to Brandon Park Primary School.
Good morning. You're all new to the school. You've only been here 8 days from the time of recording. By the time of open day, it'll maybe be about 12 school days. So I just wanted to ask you some questions about your first few days at the Herodian. So tell me, what do you like? I'm going to start with you, Leela. What do you like about school the most so far?
Well, I like that there are huge grounds that you can, at break time, you can just go anywhere you want on them.
And what's your favourite thing about Herodian so far?
Well, I've really enjoyed all of the subjects so far, but I've especially enjoyed science. The facilities are incredible, and it really gives me an opportunity to do things that I could have never dreamt of in other schools that I was applying to.
To be honest, Matthew, I'm a bit disappointed you didn't say you like my subject the best. Do you feel the school has, I'm going to ask you, Freddie, cared for you in the right way since you've arrived, or do you feel as if you've been left drowning?
I think it has, like, on my first week here and still today I have to ask teachers where my room is sometimes, and they've always been happy to show me, and then all my friends have been happy to show me too where like my rooms are, like where you can play at break, and yeah.
Good. How many of you have got lost in the first few days?
Oh.
Okay,
I once
good.
was 20 minutes late for Latin.
20 minutes late for Latin. And was your teacher cross, or did they just understand that you were a
I
bit
think they
lost?
understand.
Yeah, so teacher's quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Favourite subject then, so
favourite-
far?
Well, I've always liked art.
Yeah.
So obviously that's quite fun. I like how we're free drawing at the moment, and we can just be creative, do whatever we like, and it's just quite nice to, you know, go crazy and not have a tight schedule kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they're just so loose on it, you can just do whatever you like. So I love art. Art is definitely my favourite subject.
You're enjoying that. And Kiara?
I really can't pick a favourite subject, it's just too hard. I love all subjects.
How have you found sport?
Yeah, sport's really, really fun.
What
because,
sport are you doing?
Right now I'm doing netball.
Yeah.
And then on Wednesdays we do PE.
Yeah.
So like teamwork building games, and both of them are really fun because they're really fun.
Yeah. Did you know anybody when you first came to school?
I knew no one,
Yeah.
but I made lots of friends.
So when you first came, how were you nervous? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most petrified you've ever been, and 1 being so relaxed, where were you on the nerve scale, would you say?
I was 5-ish at the beginning of the day, but then at the end of the day I was at
0.
I don't know. 3. Yeah, 3.
And has it got easier coming in?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And did you all have buddies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favourite meal in school so far, Matthew? Favourite lunch?
I really enjoyed the risotto yesterday. That was delicious.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Also, since I'm vegetarian, the vegetarian food here is also really good.
Good.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it's
also
fine.
vegetarian.
Also vegetarian. Yeah. And you use a laptop in lessons as well, don't you?
I do, yeah. I've only just started using them. I find it way easier than writing because I've never really been a fan of writing.
That's
And-
true. Same with me.
Yeah.
So it's so much easier, and it's different because I haven't done it before and I need to practice touch typing and everything, but and it's kind of cool to bring in a laptop. Just everyone asks, oh, why have you got a laptop? It's dyslexic.
Have you done anything new for the first time since being at the Herodian? Kiara.
Yeah.
Kiara.
Yeah.
Well, I've done a bit of everything at my old school, but it's nice learning it with different teachers, I think.
Yeah. George?
I love the science lab because we actually get to do experiments. Today we're going to be heating a liquid.
Probably music, because we just did a lot of kind of like talking in our old in my old school, but we've been able to like see a variety of instruments already, which I really like.
Anyone want to add anything else?
So, on my first day when we came into school, I went with Maya,
Yeah.
and we came in our bikes. I was very nervous because I had missed induction day as well. I didn't know where I was going, and nor did Maya. And so we were just kind of out there. And then as soon as we locked our bikes up, there were about 5 people come up to us and said, "Do you know where you're going? You okay?" you know, and then they showed us to our classroom, so they just immediately came to help us, which was really good. Otherwise we'd just be standing in the courtyard not knowing where we are.
Okay, I think that's enough. Good. Thank you very much, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to go eat my muffin.